Right now it's 6. Deliberation begins. A jury will decide the fate of the man accused of a triple homicide. And all you need to know about Wisconsin's partisan primary election tomorrow.
Watching WKBT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Emily Brown. Ken is off tonight. The fate of a man accused in a triple homicide is now in the hands of a jury. 37-year-old Nia Tao is on trial for the murders of 3 men at a West Salem quarry in 2021. News 8 Now's Allison Fergott is live at the courthouse. And Allison, what can you tell us about the trial today?
Emily, attorneys made their closing statements today, trying to prove the role they believe Tao played in the murders. Tao faces 3 counts of first-degree intentional homicide as party to a crime, as well as possession of a firearm as a convicted felon. He's accused of committing the murders with 47-year-old Comptoneth Rattanasak, who attorneys refer to by his street name, Black. During his closing statement today, Tao's attorney said all the blame is on Rattanasak, and that Tao didn't know Rattanasak planned to shoot the men.
Where does all the evidence point? It all points at Black. It all points at Black. There's no other reasonable explanation.
Allegedly, Rattanasak pistol whipped one of the victims before the shootings happened, which the defense used to argue that he was not afraid of using violence and that he had possession of the gun. During their closing statements, the prosecution argued that Tao and Rattanasak were working as a team when the 3 men were killed, and that Tao didn't have to pull the trigger to be found guilty as party to a crime, as long as he knew Rattanasak intended to kill the men. So now it is up for the jury to decide. It sounds like they're done deliberating for today, but they will continue tomorrow around 11 a.m. Emily, back.
Okay, thank you, Allison. Now, Rattanasak pled guilty to 1 count of first-degree intentional homicide as a party to a crime earlier this year. The other charges were dropped as part of the plea deal. He was sentenced to life in prison. No criminal charges will be filed against the officers who shot and killed an armed student outside Mount Horeb Middle School earlier this year. That's according to Dane County District Attorney Ishmael Ozan. Officers shot and killed a 14-year-old boy who showed up to the school with a rifle on May 1st. According to Ozan, an officer armed himself with a rifle and confronted the teen, who refused to comply with the officer's demands. The teen then allegedly aimed his rifle at an officer's face before they opened fire. Upon approaching the teen, officers discovered that the gun used was a Ruger air rifle that was designed to look like a real firearm.
Well, we return to more August-like temperature here for Sunday and today, too, with many areas back into the 80s. We still got actually a few showers out there, speaking of that, but that's really north and northeast or east of Ladysmith. We kind of zoom in there with a little bit of an area there, not impacting much other than Ladysmith, with a little bit of an upper-level little weak feature that's hard to really depict. You can see that barely on satellite, but overall, clear skies pretty much as we go out throughout the night. All the activity that we're watching for Wednesday and Thursday with our next chance of rain really for Thursday is well off to the west. So we shouldn't see any actual problems with that. Fabulous evening, getting back down to 67, 11 p.m. Really can't beat these conditions with lower humidity too. Clearing skies too eventually for Eau Claire as we get back down to the middle 60s for this evening. Now overnight, the one thing to keep an eye on, we've had northern lights the last few nights. We have storming that's currently going on, but it is starting to wane a little bit. So we'll see. The sky should be clear. So if it is out there, you definitely will be able to see it. Otherwise, temperatures getting back into the 50s. The other note as we wake up tomorrow morning could be the morning fog too, once again, a thing that we see quite a bit this time of year. Overall, there's your trend, quite a bit of a trend below average temperatures. I'll break down later in the broadcast whether we see more of those below average temperatures return or we'll stay above here a bit later in the broadcast.
Well, regardless, it sure has been nice. I've enjoyed my first Wisconsin summer so far.
Yes.
Thank you, Greg. Tomorrow is primary election day in Wisconsin, and we have a couple of reminders before heading to the polls. All polling places will be open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m., and if you're in line by 8 p.m., you will still be able to cast your ballot. This is a partisan primary, so you can only vote in one party, and votes will be counted for only the party you select at the top of your ballot. The presidential contest will not be on the ballot tomorrow. You'll have to wait until November to vote in that race. You can head over to myvote.wi.gov to make sure where your polling place is, if you're registered, and what's on your ballot. And it's not too late to get the ID you need for voting. The DMV is extending hours until 6 p.m. today and tomorrow to help last-minute voters. If you don't have a Wisconsin driver's license or other acceptable ID, you can still get a free Wisconsin ID card for voting. All you need to do is bring your birth certificate, proof of identity, and Wisconsin residency to your local DMV by 6 p.m. tomorrow to register. For more information, visit the Wisconsin Election Commission's website at elections.wi.gov. And if you're voting tomorrow, you will notice 2 referendum questions on the back of tomorrow's ballot. Amendment 1 would prohibit the Wisconsin State Legislature from delegating its power to allocate money, and Amendment 2 will require legislative approval before the governor can spend federal money sent to the state. Today, Mayor Mitch Reynolds joined City Council and County Board members at Riverside Park, urging voters to vote no on both amendments. Reynolds says a no vote will help the governor's office ensure they are getting money where it needs to go in Wisconsin communities.
What these constitutional amendments try to do is limit the authority of the governor to be able to funnel federal funds to local municipalities to, in fact, save lives.
Reynolds also said he believes Republican politicians used vague language in the bill to trick voters into eliminating the checks and balances to give themselves sole control over critical federal funds. Senator Tammy Baldwin announced today over $250,000 in funding for La Crosse Regional Airport, which was awarded by the Airport and Airway Trust Fund. The airport received $223,000 to rehabilitate the aircraft rescue and firefighter building. The funding comes from Baldwin-backed annual government funding legislation and an FAA program she voted to extend. Baldwin said in part that she was proud to support the investment to ensure that Wisconsinites, tourists, and businesses can count on our airports to be running safely and on time. Milwaukee, Green Bay, Marathon County airports also received funding. A new Burlington store is opening in Onalaska this fall. A grand opening for the store will be on October 11th in the same location as the former TJ Maxx home goods store, right between PetSmart and Old Navy. TJ Maxx has moved down the road to the former Shopko building that now houses Ulta Beauty and Five Below. And if you've been thinking about adding a new companion to your household, now is the time to do it. The Coulee Region Humane Society is hosting their 20th annual Adopt-a-thon this week. For 2 decades, the program has offered $20 adoption fees for all available animals. Pet parents get a good discount on their new pet while also relieving some pressure from the shelter.
And I think it's going to help people, some people get with some animals that they might not be able to, being that I know times are tough for a lot of people and money is tight. So this is definitely a good chance to find a furry friend for a little less.
The promotion runs from now until Sunday the 18th, with open viewing of all animals available from 1 to 4 p.m. every day. They will also have raffles for both dog and cat baskets. Phenomenal and supportive. That's how Logan High School staff describes one librarian that always goes the extra mile. August's top-notch teacher is next.
My son, Nick, took illicit fentanyl, which cost him his life. And knowing that my son is never coming back is the worst thing that I will have to live with for the rest of my life.
Tammy Baldwin's been with us every step of the way. She just got a major bill passed to really crack down on fentanyl. She doesn't just talk the talk, but she actually walks the walk.
I cannot tell you how much we appreciate Tammy Baldwin fighting this fight.
I'm Tammy Baldwin. I approve this message.
Improving your home, improving your life with new entry doors. Few things in your home get the constant use of the entry door. Older entry doors are often hard to open, hard to close, drafty, cold, ugly, insecure, or all of these things, a source of daily misery. Correctly installed entry doors provide a safety and security for your family. They are easy to operate, provide comfort, and say welcome to family and friends. Call or visit the Board Store for a prompt free estimate. Get more for less today and every day. The Board Store.
Celebrate the final weeks of summer and turn your summer earnings into a new account at Ultra. From now until August 24th, open a new youth account with $25 and we'll match your $25. Whether you have a job with a pay stub or earned your money at a lemonade stand, anyone 17 and under will qualify. Plus, you'll automatically be entered to win one of 5 $100 Visa gift cards. Don't miss out on this end of summer offer. Open your account today, online or at any Ultra office. Ultra Federal Credit Union, helping you live your best life. Federally insured by NCUA.
A La Crosse librarian brings a relentless can-do spirit while wearing several different hats for Logan High School. Ken Kozarowski has our latest top-notch teacher.
Thank you for helping.
Of course.
Christy Moulton keeps Logan High School's library a robust space for learning.
It's about the 60 days.
But the title librarian doesn't quite do her justice.
I work with students and teachers all the day in a lot of different ways. One way is direct instruction based on what they're doing in their classroom with their regular teachers. I also do a lot of tech support. I do a lot of research help.
Versatile might work better, because these days, librarians aren't just about books.
That's why most librarians go into it, is our love of reading and our love of books. But there's so much more to libraries. They become so much more vibrant, and I think especially the last 10 years, they've had to evolve based on what's happening in society.
That evolving space is what drew her to the profession about 15 years ago, when she thought she just wanted to teach English.
I met a school librarian in another job that I was doing, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that I've never thought about how much I would love that job.
And her colleagues say she brings that love of the job every day.
I just see how phenomenal she is with the kids, with the staff, doing things to make the library more accessible.
Moulton says that accessibility extends beyond their years in school.
Making sure students understand the idea of a library is supportive for their entire life.
So if there's a question to answer, Moulton's library is the place to go, and she'll always be willing to lend a hand.
I've been a Northside staff member for my entire career for a school district of La Crosse, and I would have it no other way.
Now Moulton is going into year 14 with the district, 9 of those at Logan Middle School, the rest at the high school. She also serves on the La Crescent Public Library Board. Earthquake strikes in Southern California. An update on the strength of the quake when we come back.
We still might be dealing with some patchy fog once again overnight, but we're going to be dealing with warmer temperatures for the next couple days. But before rain chances do return, I'll break all that down coming up on your first warm weather update after the break.
Chart your career with a welding position at Chart Industries. Do you have a year or more of welding experience? Starting wages up to $35 per hour. We have the job for you. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
If you're in a nursing home, you only have 5-6 month life expectancy. Almost nobody in a nursing home is in a point to vote.
Listen, Eric Hovde, Mr. Fancy California banker, I earned my retirement, but you said you would absolutely cut Social Security and even raise the retirement age. Now you want to take away our right to vote? Eric Hovde, you're one heck of a jerk. Will never have my vote. DSCC is responsible for the content of this ad.
One size rarely fits all. That's why at Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we carry a huge selection of quality name brand jeans and pants. We're so confident we have the right brand, style, and fit for you that we'll give you a free $5 Blaine's Farm and Fleet gift card for every pair you buy. Like men's Rustler jeans, $15.99. $3 off these women's signature Levi's, $24.99. And shop store-wide savings like Rust-Oleum 2X spray paints, $4.99. Find your perfect pair of jeans for less at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
T-Mobile coverage in my area is wonderful.
We have 8 acres, and it gives you peace of mind to know that you're going to have a reliable signal.
We enjoy hiking. We enjoy the outdoors. The coverage has been great.
And after investing billions to light up our network from big cities to small towns, T-Mobile is America's largest and fastest 5G network. See for yourself. Try T-Mobile's network free for 3 months. Your phone, our network, no strings.
It's a lot quieter around here than it used to be. I'm Rebecca Cook. When I was growing up, this farm was bustling. Holsteins, hired hands, harvesting crops. But big corporations put family farms like mine out of business. And what has Derek Van Orden done? Nothing. Tax cuts for big ag, rising healthcare costs, undermining our democracy, extremism. We need real working people in Washington. And that's why I approve this message.
Chart your career with a welding position at Chart Industries. Do you have a year or more of welding experience? Starting wages up to $35 per hour. We have the job for you. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
A 4.4 magnitude earthquake struck about 2.5 miles south of the Los Angeles neighborhood of Highland Park this afternoon. That's according to the U.S. Geological Survey. It was reported at about 12:20 p.m. and felt throughout L.A. County and areas including Pasadena and Studio City. USGS initially reported the earthquake as a 4.6 magnitude trembler, later updating it to a 4.4 magnitude. Faculty, staff, and students at Pasadena High School were evacuated after the earthquake as a safety precaution. No damage was reported and all clear was given. Well, we've had a nice stretch of dry weather, but do we have any rain coming up anytime soon? Let's send it over to Greg with all the answers.
Yeah, very comfortable, more September-like conditions for the last 4 or 5 days, and some rain, but really much been a dry spell here a little bit. That's going to change briefly coming up, but not till midweek. We still got a couple days left to go. Really, big picture shows all the activity really beginning to push that low that we had basically responsible for the clouds, and actually cooler conditions push off to the east. A little weak system dove to the south, giving us some cloud cover. Even a few sparks of showers up to the north, giving a little bit of a system really aloft, very weak. But overall, still dry. The thing that we're watching is well to the west, just hitting in the Intermountain West. So it'll be really till Wednesday night that we see that. But for tonight, we're kind of that typical time of year where we're going to see areas of fog. And we might see that the following morning too. Overall, warmer conditions, more mid-80s as we go into Tuesday, maybe even Wednesday, although there'll be more clouds on Wednesday. Rain looks like late Wednesday night or Wednesday night into Thursday. I think that's the best shot, but it does continue into Friday, and I'll kind of time that out. But overall, as you wake up, spotty areas of fog or low clouds definitely is a good bet. Once again, if you're in a river, near a river or bodies of water, this time of the year you typically will see it. Temperatures in the 50s, please some upper 40s out there. But over in the morning hours, we'll get back up into around 70 for most locations. Then by noon, mid to upper 70s, not much in the way of cloud cover, plenty of sun. The winds will be fairly light too. They will start turning around light to the south-southeast, but overall the evening activity should be no problems going on. Some cloud cover comes through. Mid-80s for a lot of locations, low 80s. Then as we go through tomorrow evening, just increasing cloud cover. That'll be what we'll see Tuesday night. Temperatures will probably stay warmer going into Wednesday given the cloud cover, but still we're expecting to remain dry through the period. Fog-wise, we're just going to see really this morning we had similar issues where it's right along the Mississippi River. Wisconsin River is another favorite spot to see that. Really it's around 6 to 7 a.m. time frame where it gets a little bit more spread, especially further north of the interstate. There's the Wisconsin River area too, and probably some not depicted right there, but I want to see some in the Mississippi area too. Once we get past about 8 or 9, that quickly burns off this time of year, so that's the good news, but something to keep in mind of if you're traveling. Otherwise, we go through Wednesday. Going into Wednesday, it should be dry, but then by the time we get to the afternoon, we're going to see increasing clouds. The winds begin to pick up the southeast as that system begins to approach. Maybe a shower or two going towards Wednesday evening, especially further west. Should remain light. If we get anything, I think most areas will remain dry until we get another complex developing right there that lifts north ahead of the main front. That'll be impacting, it looks like the Thursday morning commute will probably be the wettest one. We could see even some redevelopment in the afternoon time frame. Then the slows is going to be very slow, kind of like the previous one, to really get further east. That's going to give us some wraparound showers maybe going through Friday, maybe even into Saturday too. blue, so that'll keep us cooler, more clouds. Sunday, once again, looks like the best day for the upcoming weekend. I think less clouds and overall very seasonable conditions. But overall, if you look at temperatures tomorrow, we're going to be mainly into the 70s as we go throughout there. That's pretty about, mid-80s for most locations. I said mid-70s, meant mid-80s. And as we go, the showers and thunderstorms return Wednesday night through Friday, lingering Saturday. But overall, we're going to warm up, but then we kind of cool right back down. By this point, by the time we get to next week, low 80s is right where we should be. So still mild conditions continue.
Yeah, can't beat it.
No,
all right,
really can't.
Thank you, Greg. Coming up in sports, some important series begin in Milwaukee and Minneapolis tonight. Jacob will let you know why the Brewers and Twins need to bring their A game. Up next.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
Whether it's a bathroom remodel or comprehensive plumbing services, we at Maxwell White strive to keep our neighbors safe and comfortable in their homes, offering honest, upfront pricing on every service, all backed by a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Call Maxwell White today.
We've all seen these ads by Senator Baldwin attacking me. She's lying to you. But that's what career politicians do when they get in trouble. The truth? I was born and live in Wisconsin. I've never run a nursing home, and of course I believe seniors should vote. The false attacks are going to keep coming because she has nothing to run on. Her record has failed us on inflation, the border, and crime. I'm Eric Hovde. I approve this message for this reason. It's time for change.
Everyone deserves the fastest, most reliable internet speeds, regardless of where they live. That's why Spectrum offers the fastest speeds in more neighborhoods than any other provider.
Switch to Spectrum Internet for only $49.99 a month. Call 1-833-376-4999.
With Spectrum Internet, you can power all of your devices to enjoy streaming, video chatting, and gaming. I rely on Spectrum Internet. You should too. Call now.
Your journey to wellness begins at Vernon Memorial Healthcare, where excellence in orthopedic care is a reality. From initial consultation to post-operative recovery, every step of the way is tailored to you. The numerous awards for orthopedic services are a testament to our entire team's skill and dedication. Your path to wellness is paved with our unwavering support and expertise. Trust us for a brighter, more active tomorrow. Vernon Memorial Healthcare.
Founded on hard work, dedication, respect, and integrity, we at Maxwell White understand the importance of home comfort. Maxwell White strives to provide our customers with a positive experience every time. Maxwell White, plumbing done right.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports.
Well, as we get closer and closer to postseason Major League Baseball, there are a couple important series taking place in the Diamond in the early portion of the week. The race for the top spot in the National League is getting close. The Brewers just a game and a half back of the Phillies and Dodgers, who are both tied for the best record in the NL with marks of 69 and 49. If the Brewers can win this four-game set, that'll give them an important tiebreaker advantage over L.A. Mookie Betts returns to the Dodger lineup tonight after a near 2-month absence with a left-hand fracture. First pitch is scheduled for 7:10. Meanwhile, at Target Field, the Twins are beginning a 3-game set with the Royals. While these two teams trail the Guardians by 3.5 in 4 games in the AL Central, Minnesota and Kansas City are clinging on to the last 2 spots in the wild card race. The Twins have taken 5 of the 7 between these two clubs this year. Twins pitchers will need to be aware of Bobby Witt Jr., who's hitting close to .450 since the beginning of July. It's Brady Singer versus Pablo Lopez tonight, first pitch at 6:40. In the Northwoods League ranks, it was a great start to the postseason for the Loggers last night as they took down Duluth in Game 1 of a potential 3 by a final of 12-6. Lacrosse's offense looked fantastic, sending out 15 hits, which included 3 home runs. As the Loggers can get it done tonight, they'll take on either the Wilmar Stingers or St. Cloud Rocks on the road in a 1-game divisional championship. If Lacrosse loses, it'll be a winner moves on scenario tomorrow, also in Duluth. And after the closing ceremony last night signaling the end of the 2024 Olympics, venues across Paris have already started clearing out along with metal barriers, and some streets are now open to the traffic. The U.S. was victorious in the race for gold after finishing tied with 40 gold medals with China, but winning the number of silvers earned, so they were the winners. And there were over 10,500 athletes that competed in the Olympics across various sites in France, and organizers say 10.8 million tickets were bought. So
USA,
always fun.
USA.
Yeah, good. We're winners. Always
Yeah.
fun there. And we were at the game yesterday, the Loggers game, with a couple coworkers too. Fun stuff there.
Oh,
Got
yeah.
a nice win, nice night for some baseball. So let's hope they can keep it rolling.
12-6 yesterday. Yeah, I'd like to think that we were good luck
Hey,
charms for that,
let's
right?
hope. Maybe.
Yeah, and we're sending good vibes
Yes,
to them
good
tonight.
vibes.
So let's just take it home, right?
they can get it done.
When was last time they won the championship?
I think it's been a while. I'd have to look.
It's been a while?
I'll get back to you for the
Okay,
time.
everyone, fingers crossed. All right, we'll have another look at your forecast right after this.
Join the conversation at facebook.com/news8000. Or you can always find us at news8000.com.
This election is about experience and who can find middle ground with people from both parties to get things done for workers and families. I've done that, and I'll do it again for us in Congress. I'm Katrina Shankland. I approve this ad, and I'm asking for your vote.
Your mom got a new tractor? Yep. Can't she see in the dark? Can do. Hook up all the implements? Can do. Steer with ease? Can do. Bale hay all day? Can do. Shift like a race car? Can't do. I'm out of here.
Visit any of your local Johnson Tractor dealerships in Menominee, Baldwin, Osseo, and Arcadia.
I'm Steve from Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions. If you see condensation here, you could have mold hiding here. You need a trusted window company to replace the window and check for hidden issues. At Clear Choice, we know that your home is your biggest investment, and in a year like this, every dollar needs to be spent wisely. Our team will complete our Weather Guardian 15-point inspection on every job to ensure your home and family are safe before we leave. Call now for free installation and 60 months interest-free financing. Choose Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions or something less.
Would you hire a barber who's never cut hair before? So why send someone to Congress who's never held public office and never passed a single bill? I'm Katrina Shankland. I approve this message because we need an experienced Congresswoman. Right, Jed?
We've had some good viewing of the Northern Lights over the past weekend. Tonight it has subsided a little bit, but there's still a chance the storming level could come back up. And if it does, definitely is a good night with clearing skies to actually see the aurora, Northern Lights once again. Otherwise, morning fog tomorrow, warmer, but then showers and thunderstorms return as we go Wednesday through Thursday, and especially Thursday into Friday. And then we kind of cool back down, but overall, 81, 82 is right where we should be even then.
And the best part of the city, the north side of the city, you can catch those aurora lights the best,
you just
right?
need to be outside the city.
Just be outside the city. Okay, thank you for joining us at 6. We'll see you at 10.